VR Chat, the next frontier. These are the experiences from Gunter's universe. His continuing mission? To seek out and connect with VR devs and passionate enthusiasts. To discuss theories, beliefs, and rhetoric of all kind. And to boldly go where no show has ever gone before.
Come on, Dave, give some emojis. Let's go. Emoji that shit. Let's go. Wait, you got a button for it.
Emoji that more shit. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Gunter's Universe. I am your host, Gunter S. Thompson. How is everybody doing tonight?
Gunter!
Doing great.
This is a rerun. We're clapping. We're clapping for you.
This is a rerun. This is not a rerun. This is
rerun. Oh, shit. Rerun?
Here. So, got a great show. Our guests tonight are Alan Smithson and Dan Flatt. They are both co-founders of MetaVRse, spelled METAVRSE. MetaVRse is a virtual and augmented reality innovation agency that creates revolutionary VR and AR solutions for businesses across multiple industries. And it's the world's first VR-focused agency, which is freaking awesome. So, hi, guys. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having us. This is awesome. I get to be whatever I want to be in the show. Right. I literally can be an elf guy. Hey, I got big ears now. Check it out. To be honest, this is so cool. I feel like, Dan, why are you dressed like a woman?
Because, hey, listen, I can do whatever I want, first of all.
He doesn't come to the office.
And second of all, I also just cannot figure out this avatar system. I admit that I'm just a little bit slow tonight, but I'm actually good with my avatar. I'm just going to go with this. Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't get you guys your custom avatars in here. Dan, you had a scan from SBVR. I think I might have the picture up for later. We'll see. But those are the kind of things we want, our real life bodies. Some of us do, but the choice, right?
We will be back.
Skin or something else. Exactly. Cool. And always with me is my co-host, Bob, a.k.a. Cosnifex. What's up, Bob?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Gunter.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing tonight? Hi.
Hey.
He's great, man. And floating around in the ether is K-Dog. He's the camera. If you're watching this through video, you're watching it through his eyes. How you doing, K-Dog?
K-Dog.
What's up, K-Dog?
Awesome.
Oh, there's
Actually,
Joe.
one of my best friends' name is K-Dog. In real life.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just start off with, some of the basics. Alan, tell me a little bit about yourself, like your background.
Okay, so I live in Toronto, or just outside of Toronto, Canada, and I grew up here, and so let me think. When I was 4, no, just kidding.
The whole life. Where'd you go to preschool?
So my whole life I've been an entrepreneur, so I've always had a DJ company, and so since I was 18, I DJ'd every nightclub, and then I started doing weddings and parties and corporate stuff, and then I started doing only tech companies. And then I invented with a partner of mine who I never met, actually to this day. We built the emulator, which is a giant see-through touchscreen DJ controller that's made out of glass, and it looks like Tron kind of meets DJing. And so we invented that and brought it to the world and worked with really great artists. And from there, I got invited to some really crazy tech conferences, and I got invited to Summit Series, and I got invited to do a TED Talk or show emulator at a TED Talk. And then we went from there, and I got invited to this thing called Curiosity Camp, and it was like,
excuse me.
That was amazing.
I thought it was me.
Curiosity Camp. I love it.
I love it. It's like we're in their house. It feels like we're in their house with them. You can almost smell it sometimes.
Sorry, that was my dog.
It's okay.
Yeah, blame
nice dog.
That's wonderful. Okay, so the fact.
Cool. And so, how did you get into like AR/VR?
So yeah, I was at this Curiosity Camp, which is actually it's put on by Eric Schmidt from Google, and I was at this camp showing off the emulator, and I'm DJing, and it's like, it's amazing because you go to this camp and it's a scout camp, right? It's in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell phone service, no Wi-Fi. It's like total off the grid, and they give you a sash with badges and stuff, and then they give you a tin cup, and then they fill the tin cup with champagne, and it goes crazy from there. Everybody gets all drunk, and it's all tech people and entrepreneurs and investors, and everybody's just talking about the craziest shit you can imagine. And one of the guys, I remember
technology.
Just everything you can imagine. And one guy was up. I'm like, "Hey man, what do you do?" And he goes, "Oh, I work for Bing, for Microsoft Bing." So, Bing, do people still use that? And literally, I cannot make this shit up. The guy says to me, he goes,
"Yeah,
honestly, man,
images.
I invented Bing." He's literally invented it. I was like, "Oh shit, man, the worst ever." Anyway, so sorry, a little bit side tangent. At that same camp,
I figured it out.
Good stories. Good stories.
Oh, nice! You look like
I'm fucking Skeletor here.
That's right. Yeah, Skeletor, exactly.
Sorry, guys. Continue,
no, it's
Alan.
all good,
It's
man.
awesome. It's fun.
No, I don't even know where I was, but anyway, there's one of these tents, little tents, and the people got little chilled out zones or whatever. And I remember going to this tent, and Robert Scoble was there with me, and we were hanging out. And Robert Scoble says to me, and I don't know how many people know him, but he's a tech blogger and
evangelist. He's been around forever.
Yeah, and he wrote a
show.
VR book. Yeah. Oh,
he has not been on the show, but I've been on his pod.
We'll get him on the show.
Streams.
Yeah, we'll get him on the show.
We'll get him on the show. Yeah, for sure.
We've talked a little bit, yeah. I think
I'll come back on the show and we'll mess stuff up. I want to be able to throw stuff while we talk.
Those are the best shows.
There should be a tomato button.
Highest rating. We want tomatoes.
So
we want that.
I'm sorry. I got to get back. Oh, I love that guy. That's good, Dan. I like that one.
Yeah,
it's funky.
I'm going to stick with this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
So,
I like that one.
So the partying I love because that's how we met too at SPVR, by the way. So I get the going to these tech parties and you meet the coolest people.
So many cool people doing so much cool shit. And you're just like, wow. Okay, so anyway, so it gets better. I'm sitting there with Scoble. We're having drinks and stuff. And he's showing me pictures of him at a Skrillex concert at Coachella the week before. And I'm like, that's crazy. All right, I'm in the DJ world. I'm in. I love this. Show him my pictures. And then we get this guy says, "You got to try this thing." Sits me down. It's a DK1. I didn't know what the hell it was. It's just some headset. Puts it on my head. I put these headphones on, and literally I sat there in a place like this, looking down at a stage, and I remember thinking, "Holy shit! What the hell? This is amazing." And then the guy, he literally pushed me and he kind of turned me behind me so I could see behind me. And I was literally in a big giant theater like this, only, oh, that was dope. So dope.
He's very easily distracted during stories. I'm sorry, Alan.
How did you do a backflip though? Seriously.
You have to go to emote.
Button?
No, you have to go to the emote part of the screen.
Ready?
Oh shit, man! I can die. Here, I'm gonna wave.
2, 1.
Okay, sorry. Oh, that is just too cool.
So you're about to tell me this is how you got into VR. This was the day it changed.
This is the defining moment.
This is why you are now doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so I put on this headset. I'm like, holy shit, this is incredible. I look around. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I was at a Beck concert. Literally, I was at that Beck concert. To my brain, it was there. Then he hit a button. I don't know what he hit. He said, check this out. He hit a button. And now I'm standing on the stage, standing next to Beck, looking out at the crowd in stunning 3D, like, holy shit, wow, with stereoscopic sound. Everywhere I looked was just perfect immersion. And the guy who put the headset on my head was Chris Milk. And it was his Beck concert recording. Yeah, it was so dope.
All in the DK1 days, man. For those that
crazy.
That's old school.
Just were blown away by DK1. We are true believers, man. We are willing to.
So I don't know how many people know who Chris Milk is, but he's done some pretty cool shit.
Verse.
Verse Within, We Be Dragons, all the cool movies that have been out, except for Felix and Paul. But yeah.
One of the best lines we heard about him recently is that his first TED Talk is the TED Talk that launched 1,000 startups because it's so fucking true.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah. All the people saw his TED Talk and went, yes, we are in. I don't even know
huge influencer. He's there in the very beginning. Yep. If you're watching 360 videos and content like film content or journalistic, or I remember like the Clouds of over Syria, Cedra, and a very emotional, empathetic piece. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's another one that's just beautiful is Dear Angelica. Oh my God, that thing.
Oh, of course,
absolutely stunning.
Those people, beautiful. Those guys, the Oculus Story Studio folks, right?
Yeah, which is now defunct.
I know. But I'm sure we'll see a lot more from those people in other ways. All right, Dan, what's up with you? What's your life been like? And then finally getting your way into VR and creating MetaVRse.
Yeah. So the way we've started to introduce ourselves recently is Alan's a former DJ. I'm a former lawyer. So I used to be a lawyer. I got better. I went to law school, practiced for a couple of years, and then I just had enough of it. Didn't really like the work, the lifestyle, and went back to school. Went to business school, and more and more. I've still got student debt, like a long time later.
Isn't that worse?
No, it's cool.
A recovering lawyer, I think you described it.
A recovering lawyer.
Yeah. That's what I say. That's the first line of my LinkedIn profile, so that's a pretty good icebreaker usually. So I went into consulting after that. I was traveling a lot, 5 days a week on the road, 6 days a week on the road. I married, found out that my wife, that I was going to become a dad, and I said, I don't want to be on the road all the time. Thank you for the emojis, whoever sent those. I agree. And so I took an offer to go work for Bell Canada, which is basically Comcast meets AT&T in Canada. And basically I started in one role, but I started their social media strategy basically. So they weren't really doing anything before. They had a Facebook page, but I came in, I built their infrastructure for customer service on social media. Anyway, one of the best things about that job was that I got to review all the new mobile technology for their blog. They gave me a new phone every 2 weeks. I got smartwatches. Finally, they gave me a Gear VR, and I'm a gadget head, so I just love playing with new toys. They gave me a Gear VR, and that was really, it.
Come on,
Yeah, exactly.
We have all the cool toys.
Oh, some people.
I want to be in Gunter's universe in the HoloLens.
You just got recently.
You know what? Actually, what I've got is I've got the Snapchat spectacles, and what I've actually started doing is when we go to these cool conferences where we're meeting tons of people, I just take little 10-second clips. Like when I meet somebody and I want to follow up with them, it's like, hey, what's your name? What are we going to talk about when I send you an email or call you afterwards? And then I have like 50 clips afterwards. Plus, obviously I still have fun with it. We took it to a concert. Alan is personal friends with Infected.
Did you know you can mute
Mushroom?
People?
Don't mute me.
No, I was muted.
Was I muted?
Everybody's cool.
No, I figured out how to mute people. That's so cool.
Infected Mushroom.
Honestly, I can't take him anywhere in real life or in virtual space. So we were backstage with Infected Mushroom. Like this guy is actually like he has lived in the rockstar lifestyle, and now within the VR world, we feel like we're living a rockstar lifestyle just because we're meeting all these cool people all the time, and every morning we're just waking up and saying, "What are we doing today? That's amazing." And like, so anyway, Snapchat spectacles. I think that they're really, and people love them because, people have talked a lot about this, how Google Glass just didn't have a chance because it was marketed the wrong way. It was given to the tech nerds like Robert Scoble instead of to like the cool Kylie Jenners of the world, who just are going to use it to make fun content. And what I love about it is that it's normalizing people walking around with technology on their faces, and it's making it cute. And it's Apple before Apple launches, because that's what Apple does, is they make it cute and cool, and so that the cool kids want them.
It's a fashion statement.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially.
Oh, and actually, what I want to do with them, because I'm blind in real life, like I not actually blind, legally blind. Sorry if I offended anybody. I'm negative. I've just got bad eyes, and like I need to wear glasses. So. Yeah.
Okay, dog. The camera guy has bad eyes.
All my 4 eyes in the room. Yeah.
Well, what's great about computers and VR is now with vision. I've talked to these guys so much. It's such a tool for people that are visually impaired.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's that focal distance.
We got to get rid of the screen door effect, though. That's really annoying. We need 8K or 16K.
When you're legally blind, you can't see the screen door at this res anymore.
That's cool. That's actually a benefit. I got laser surgery.
So either we got to get 8K or we got to make our vision worse, and then we'll be happy with it. Oh, that's super cool. I really like I can't ever remember people's names that I meet at these conferences, and I used to always try to take a picture of the person with their badges.
Can I take a picture of this right now? How do I take a picture?
Easily, not embedded in VR chat. It would be like at your keyboard, you'd have to do something, or you're in a Vive. You can hold down the trigger and hit the Vive menu.
Power button.
Hold
it's
down
the power button one.
Power button. I don't use the Vive much anymore, so I get a little lost with it. And it should,
Power
do
button
a
and
snap
trigger on
sound.
your left hand, and then it'll take about a second, and it'll actually make a little clicking noise, and it'll take a picture of what you're looking at.
Everybody with a Vive should try that out. Hold down left trigger, and then, I don't know, if that button that you press doesn't work, try a different button.
So you're welcome.
Oh, cool. It did it. Screenshot taken. Hey, Dan, let's put our hands up and then take a picture of each other. Hey, gotta get Gunter in there. Hold on.
How do you do it again?
I don't know. You squeeze your left trigger and your power button and hold it.
Menu button and the trigger.
Oh, it's
so weird. It doesn't work.
All right. Well, if you want to be the
trackpad.
Oh no, I can't grab it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It worked once.
That's what I thought it was.
Bummer.
Left one.
So I do have this like virtual camera. Hey, Ghoster or somebody, can you get on the table
power button first, and then while the
and
power
move
button
it
is held
closer
down,
to-
then click the trigger.
How crazy nerdy are this? Just to take a photo. Hey, okay, let's get back to this nonsense.
Yes.
So let's get serious here for a second.
Don't mind him. I was trying to spawn an actual virtual camera, and it's really cool. But we'll move on, and we'll come back to that. Ghoster's going to fix it. Let's talk about
I can't
MetaVRse.
anymore.
Your
You
company.
guys broke the back.
What is
physics thing.
MetaVRse?
What is MetaVRse? We're all in the MetaVRse, are we not?
Are we not in the metaverse right
We
now?
think of it all the time. What is MetaVRse? Your company.
I'll be honest with you.
It's the best. You know, I was looking at that domain 3 years ago. Of course, I'm like, all kinds of VR domains, and that one was taken, and it was you guys.
It wasn't us, actually. The story
How'd you
behind
buy
that
it?
is simple. So we wanted the name MetaVRse. We thought it was cool, and we were going to make a brand out of it. And we
Cool.
we bought metaverse.co because .com was taken, and the guy, he wanted $200,000. So I laughed at him, and I said, no, you're crazy. Yeah, $200,000.
$200,000?
Yeah, for a friggin'
And the funny thing was,
domain.
he said to us, I don't know if you know this, but Metaverse is actually going to be big in the virtual reality industry. You fucking squatter. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
So,
fucking squatter.
After
Sorry, I'm
about
swearing
a year,
a lot.
You're allowed.
yeah, we're going to bleep you out.
You can do what you like to do.
Okay.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah,
You're my guest.
Is this an
Anything you
adult
like.
warning?
Adult audience? Okay, good.
I guess if it's not, oh well.
Oh, yeah. It's that 13
I
and
put a
under
disclaimer.
warning
I
when
put
you
a-
start up in Oculus,
Yeah,
right?
I put a disclaimer. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, more about MetaVRse. You're the company MetaVRse. What do you guys do? You're an agency. You provide solutions for businesses.
Yeah. So
What
I'm
kind of
going to
solutions
finish
going
telling
on?
you about the website because it's very
Oh, yeah,
important. I did not pay
the domain name.
$200,000 for that.
Yeah.
After
what-
about a year, Dan used to run social media for the biggest telco. So he pulled some strings. He did his shit, and we got locked up every single social media, spelled the way at MetaVRse, at everything: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram,
Yeah.
Snap, whatever the hell, everything. I even got high fidelity, MetaVRse, spelled our way, because MetaVRse spelled their way is actually them.
Their homepage. Yeah.
Their homepage, yeah. So we got that. We locked everything up, and then we trademarked the name and sent it back to the guy and said, "Hey, we want to buy the website." And he said, "Oh, that's $200,000." I said, "Well, listen," or no, he came down to $60,000. I said, "Listen, man, we're not gonna pay you that. That's crazy." And what happened was, I told him all of these things. We had the trademark, and I'm like, "You can't sell this anymore." So it turns out we got it for $6,000.
Huzzah! Awesome.
From 200,000.
Get that fixed. Yes, clips for that, man.
Yeah.
That's credible.
Yeah.
$200,000. Oh, you didn't have that.
We definitely did not have that.
No, definitely don't have that. We're a startup. We're doing
Nobody in the
this all
VR
ourselves.
industry has
Any
that.
VR doesn't have that. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
For the name, that's like 4 full-time people or something. Give me a break.
Unless you had GuntersUniverse.com, I mean, that would be worth something.
Glad I got that. I think a lot of people were after that one. I'll sell it for a measly $3,000. How about that?
Amazing. Hold on to it. It'll be worth something.
Maybe.
So our company, Dan,
we're making.
it is the history, guys. This is really crazy. Think about it. Look around here. I'm pretty sure this is all the people in VR chat. Like everybody.
It's not, but yeah.
At this given point right now, how many people would be in VR chat right now? How many people would be in other rooms?
I can't tell. Exactly where everybody's at. But there are people
do
all hours
people
of
at
days.
VR?
In the wee hour of the mornings, you got your Asian crowd comes in here. So there's different,
amazing.
Just demographics and time zones. Time zones are difficult. There's a lot of people that want to be here that can't be here because they're sleeping. It's 4 o'clock in the morning for them.
How many worlds are there?
Hundreds.
Thousands. Infinite.
Wow. No, but seriously, how many are there? Who knows the answer to that?
People can create their own and put them in here. So
about 200
more now
worlds.
too.
200
words from Pill over there. The official.
Okay, he would know.
Counter.
That guy knows. He's overseer over there.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give him a high five.
That's why his big eyes.
I don't know how to jump. All right.
He sees it all.
But I mean, there's probably been 1,000 created since VR chat started.
Right.
I mean,
yes,
we've gone through so many different iterations and stuff. So,
it's really amazing, guys.
And this has been 3 years. I've been doing a show for years, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
so
it's really amazing.
Come through and go away, and
we need to get some
enough about me and how awesome I am.
Which you are.
I believe you were asking about what MetaVRse does.
Yeah.
Ellen, would you like me to take this, or do you want to talk about it?
Go for it. Boom.
All right.
Go for it.
So when we say MetaVRse is a VR agency is it's a tricky word because it usually just means marketing, right? But we're basically just trying to talk to businesses across a whole bunch of different industries, everything from real estate to retail to the mining industry, and actually just recommending to them what are the VR and AR solutions that are going to help them do better. So, a lot of the industry is focused on gaming. It's focused on creating social experiences like this that are for the consumers. We think that by helping businesses get VR more mainstream by doing cool marketing activations, let's say a big brand like Target just wants to make a cool thing that they put into their stores, and people are going to see that. And the funny thing that we've realized is that even if the number of people who actually go through the actual VR experience is only 100, you can make a video that makes it look like millions of people have seen it, and then millions of people actually will see that video. So, and then that's how a lot of brands can really just start to get a lot of
some of the
attention and PR in the industry.
Some of the, when you think about some of the best VR pranks, I don't know if anybody saw the one from Pornhub the other day from Mother's Day. It's like a card that you open up, and it's ultimate Mother's Day card. That's literally, it's a Google Cardboard for porn for your mom.
Can I do an imitation of the commercial? Can I do an imitation of the commercial? So have you seen
the best marketing
ever? They really do. So Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake when they did that Mother Lover, so it kind of has that vibe to it, and it's every year you've gotten your mother shitty presents, and then you see all these things that you've gotten her. They're typical Mother's Day presents. They're just all collecting dust. This year, get your mother something that she'll actually use, and then she opens up the Mother's Day card, and it's a Google Cardboard, and it says Mother's Little Helper.
Mother's Little Helper.
Oh man,
so good.
Awesome.
So good. Oh, I'm clapping. Sorry, clap.
I won't be picking up my mom though. That would be so.
That's awkward.
Yeah, that's awesome though. Somebody's gonna do that.
Hey, listen, at some point we got to get. At some point we got. Oh, that was awesome, dude. You kill me. I kill you.
You guys are having a blast. This is great.
Why not, man? This is the craziest shit ever.
These are little kids in a circus act.
In a VR thing for the first. Why do you think we got into VR? Seriously, this is my job. I'm doing market research.
You should all feel this way.
Hang out with karaoke afterward.
We're just not making too much money at it.
Okay, you want to? I got to tell you a story. We have an unofficial hashtag, so we never use it in public, but it's kind of funny, and I feel like I can share it here because I think
you can.
I think so. So our business model of the agency is basically to figure out what brands need and learn all the tech. So we learn as much about the tech. We go to all the conferences. We meet all of the people making all the cool shit. So we know what's going on in the industry across everything from 360 cameras to what mechanisms in games work best, who's making the most photorealistic condo renders, all this stuff. So when we meet clients in different verticals, whatever they need at the time, we know exactly how to do it for them. And that's our business model. And we've built a database of all the best, coolest shit. And so it's a very, very invaluable skill set that most people don't have. And that's our business. And so what the cool thing about being where we're at right now, it opens a ton of different doors for us. And so because my last company, I got in tech, and Dan used to, run social media for one of the largest companies in the country. We have a lot of friends. We know a lot of people. And sorry, I put my controllers down. I have no hand control. And we decided that in order for us to make the biggest impact, and our mission statement at MetaVRse, by the way, is to use virtual and augmented reality to improve the human experience. And that's really what it's all about. Imagine having your meetings in here. Yeah, imagine having your meetings in here for a business meeting where it's, you get to hang out, and probably not as a robot. You probably look somewhat like yourself, and you have business meetings but what you guys are doing, what you're participating here now, is literally the future of all this communication that we're going to do around the world, because this is awesome. Really amazing, guys. I've been in Altspace, and I've done, some different stuff, and this is wonderful. When I got in here, some guy, I don't know who it was, but somebody said, "Hey man, come with me. I'm going to introduce you and, show you around. Here's the menu." And it was great. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, we try to create a nice community here. We're pretty cool, and it's a culture. We're trying to build a little culture and society. Basically, it's really been interesting since it's gotten a lot more adoption. So.
Because if real society just continues to crumble, then we might as well build the best one we can here, right?
Well, we're all smart, right?
Let's not get political.
Happen, so that's what we're doing. We found our salvation.
Everybody here from? Where is everybody from?
Ottawa.
Hey, Ottawa.
Midwest.
Ottawa. England. Who's England?
Virginia. I'm here. Or in the morning.
For you.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's okay. Just maybe afterwards we'll figure it out.
Netherlands. Oh, amazing.
Hey, Netherlands.
Yeah. I'm South Florida, so.
Okay.
I'm in Boston.
Close to you guys. In Boston.
Chicago. Amazing.
Chicago. It's so cool. It's so cool.
San Fran.
We will be there.
So for me, I got to meet, how you guys go to conferences and meet all these amazing people. Well, this is what happened here. They all came to virtual reality. They all came in here to see what's up, especially in the early first few years, and meeting just people, incredible people, people that were similar, people had cool products, people that want to collaborate. And then you see them influencing new people that come around, and it's just, it's like a big conference here all the time, it seems.
So wonderful, man. We don't spend a lot of time in VR because we spend a lot of time putting people into VR. And I was starting to kind of explain our business model, what we did at the very beginning. I want to tell you guys how we're trying to influence it, because I think it's important as well that, everybody, all the people here, all the early people getting into this, I think we have an obligation as everybody who has VR first has an obligation to show as many people as possible this amazing technology. And so what we've been doing is we decided to really leverage our corporate connections to do as many events and conferences and meetings as we could, but we're not going to just go around and do them. So what we did was we made deals with these conference planners to hire us on to show the future to their conferences. So we called it hashtag paid to pitch.
Nice.
Number 2, because they were literally paying us to fly around the world and teach their C-level executives what VR is, and we're like, okay, that'll be $10,000. Is that all right? And we need first class seats.
The thing is, it really is, for people who have asked us, how to get a start in VR, it's get yourself a good VR system and then start offering out your services. Do birthday parties, do bar mitzvahs if you have to, but get experience with the equipment and then, and start showing it to people. And as you learn, as you meet new people and find out what they want, then it actually is just a great onboarding ramp up process for just learning VR and the business of VR?
So we have a kit with a Vive in it, and it's everything in one box. A laptop, ridiculous laptop, it's a beast. Laptop, computer, tripod stands, everything, all the Vive, an extra controller because they die, and just all the cables and shit you'd need, tape. And we have a couple of these boxes, and we rent them out for corporate events, and we charge like $2,500 a night. So it's crazy. We've kind of got out of that business model now, but we've, that's how we became known, because we figured at the very beginning of VR, when this thing wasn't thing, there's nobody who'd even seen it, we got to show as many people as possible, and we literally put it on thousands of people's heads.
And actually, our original business model, when Alan and I first met and we started talking, the name MetaVRse was going to be attached to an arcade. We wanted to open up a VR arcade in the early days, and as we were actually building out this business plan, we were planning on doing it. We'd drawn out a map of like what our VR arcade was going to look like, what was going to be in it. And then we said, we need to get some practice with the system. So that's when we started doing these events. And after a little while, we're like, we don't need to pay rent and installations on a system where we have to worry about it always being full and, just all the headaches that come with owning a physical building. So we said, let's just keep on doing this events. And then as we did the events, we started getting requests for custom content, because before that we were just curating content. We were showing other people's content, acknowledging the creators. It was a lot of 360 videos, actually, like whenever we were just bringing gear
cool
VRs
stuff
out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that was enough for most people.
Yeah. And then when
like
we,
the gateway drug.
I think,
Yeah,
exactly.
VR.
So Alan, you want to tell them about the Lion Cubs? Because that was really how, that was our first content creation job.
Lion Cubs.
Yeah, man. So we got to, this friend of mine owns a marketing company, and he's like, hey, man, do you want to go film Lion Cubs in VR? I was like, shit, yeah. What do you mean, like Lion Cubs in VR? He goes, you get to go in the cage with them. I'm like, what? Yeah, okay. So sorry, I forgot. I put my hands down. I was waving my hands in midair. I was like, yeah. So I'm all like, I don't know. Show of hands. How many of you would turn down that offer?
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Nobody. No. Hey, take a 360 camera into a cage with a cat. All right, and it's like they're like the size of
some people might be a little timid.
They were 8 weeks, or
I didn't go in the cage with them.
Right. Yeah.
I got scratched, so yeah. They're vicious bastards. Anyway,
They're cute.
no, so we go and film this thing, and the reason we're filming it, and they didn't have any budget. They're just like, hey, listen, can you help us? We said, yeah, why not? Well, we got the cameras. We had literally just got, because we used to film with GoPros, and they're such a pain in the ass. We had just got these Gear 360 cameras, and we ordered them from friggin' Korea. So we had them before they ever came to America.
I remember.
And
I remember
months
that
before. And they were so good. And they had some flaws. I actually reported a lot of the early. There was a lot of problems, man. Literally, they would down res for no reason. So you'd stop a take, and then you'd go to record the next one and record it at the down res half the resolution. So half your shots were fucking the wrong resolution. It was ridiculous. I filmed a whole concert in the wrong resolution. And when you go to upload it. Yeah, when you go to upload it, it's like, oh, we don't accept that resolution. You fuckers. Anyway, there's only one resolution now. But anyway, we film these Lion Cubs. We go in the cage and literally put the camera down, and the cat starts want to swing at it. And I'm like, oh shit, I can't put the camera down. So I'm holding it, and so I get this video where if you're in VR, you see the cat coming at you, and it's kind of cool because it's like coming right at you. But if you turn around, I'm on the other end, like terrified, holding the stick. It was amazing. It's terrifying. And
We can see that. Where's that at?
Like a small wolf, right? Imagine they're like I don't know, they're like a wolf, right? But they're kittens, so they're just like lovable and all. And so the one's lying down. I'm rubbing its belly. I'm like, this is cool. I'm rubbing the cat's belly, and then it scratched me really hard. And it bled everywhere. I was like, shit, man. It didn't mean to. It was just like pawing at me. It was just like, hey, what's up? Yeah. And it the claws are crazy razor sharp. They're like an inch long, crazy razors. Anyway, I was hoping it would scar so I could say in real life, hey, man. And on my avatar, I'm rubbing a scar there. I'd be like,
So with these Lion Cubs, the actual event that we were being hired to create this video for, it was a fundraiser to create a new home for those lions. And so we got to go to the fundraiser afterwards and then show people the video that we'd made a week before in Gear VRs, and people loved it. And, you know, they raised a lot of money and they built a nice home for these lion cubs. So it's like a Disney movie, you know?
Yeah. What better way to sell somebody or show somebody something but in VR?
I took my daughter back there for her birthday party, and we got to see the lions a little bit older. Like, it was about 6 months later.
Amazing.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So what about this 360 photo booth? I think you guys have one of those, created those. What's going on with that?
That's so crazy. I need to, Dan, if you want to give them a quick rundown of that, I'll tell the story how we invented it, but I need to have a drink of water. Hold on.
Okay, sure. Well, and the thing is, Alan really should be the one to tell this story, because the 360 photo booth is Alan's brainchild, his baby. So looks like he's drinking his water. Are you refreshed, Alan?
I'm much better. I was a little parched there, I'm not going to lie. Oh, whoa, dude.
Oh, look at that.
Dude.
So I have a picture of the photo booth coming here at some point. Hey,
there's me. I remember that.
That's then Alan.
That's when we first got the HoloLens, man. Yeah, the HoloLens
the thing about my pictures is that I've got a beard in all my pictures. I shaved my beard off in January, and I still haven't gotten a decent picture that I can replace my profile with. So a little bit of false advertising there.
That's funny, yeah. That's funny.
Cool.
What's up?
So,
let's see if we can get to this.
Oh, Silicon Valley VR later. That was fun.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, we were using these Samsung Gear VR cameras, the Gear 360 cameras, and we were shooting all sorts of crazy shit. Because instead of messing, I don't know how many people have ever filmed a 360 video, but if you did it 2 years ago, it sucked. It really sucked. You had to literally glue some GoPros together, and then there was no key lock or gen lock, so really you just literally had to film with 6 camera angles that were sometimes wrong and stitch every single stitch line manually. It's crazy. Anyway, it was like 20 hours for every minute of footage. So we get these Gear 360 cameras, and I can stitch it on my phone and post it to Facebook the same minute. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck those things. We're going to go film everything in these. And so we filmed Pride. We filmed Queen's Plate, which is Canada's largest.
It's like Kentucky Derby of Canada.
Yeah, it's a giant horse race, like crazy. And they have all these different parties. So we filmed all the parties. They had a huge, who was the band playing? I can't even remember.
It was Headley. Yeah.
Anyway, so we were filming all these things with these cameras, and I went and filmed.
We can still hear it.
Okay, I love it. It's amazing. It breaks the tension. So anyway, we got these cameras, and we were just filming everything, all sorts of shit. So I went to this conference, and long story short story long, I put a camera in the middle of a bunch of people, and we all stood around and we got a picture, and it was dope. But behind them, they had all these, I don't know, like shit hanging from the ceiling. It was pretty, gold stuff or whatever. It was a gold party. What can I say? Anyway, so I get this cool photo, and I look at it, and I'm like, this is so awesome, like amazing. Now, it's really grainy and shitty quality because there's no light. So I said, what if we could light it from the middle somehow? And then instead of having the shiny shit hanging, what if it was a green screen? Take a seat, young man.
Yeah, have a seat on the second or fourth row.
Oh, we got a bouncer over there. T9 E7B1. Keep EAVAR 6F60FE in line, would you?
Now, you guys could be new to VR chat and not know what's going on. Basically, we're doing a talk show here. And we're having a lot of fun with it. We're talking to MetaVRse, the company MetaVRse. We're talking to Alan and Dan from there. Welcome.
Hey,
have a seat.
welcome.
We'll probably be talking for another 30, 45 minutes. Glad you found us.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got this camera, and I was thinking to myself, Jesus, this photo would be so cool for corporate events, right? Like all your friends together at a corporate event. Hey, look at us, woo! And then look at you, just changed again. I love it. It looks more like
this is kind of what I look like. Yeah,
that looks more like a lawyer.
Yeah, well, that's what he is. Or was.
Recovering. But you know what? Can your lawyer? Did you go to like
Lawyers Anonymous?
Lawyers Anonymous is just a bunch of people snorting coke.
Where's the snorting cocoa?
So, yes.
No, we don't have a laugh track. We just have to laugh.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's much better. Gunter's Universe is filmed in front of a live virtual studio audience.
That's right. Every day. 10 p.m.
This is so cool.
It's live. Some people come in here and they think it's class, like it's education. It's been pre-recorded, like it's just recorded. We just did a We're not real. Yeah. It's been funny. It's been funny.
Anyway, I'm going to finish this stupid long story.
Oh, I know. That would be super cool.
I thought it'd be cool if instead of having dangling stuff for the ceiling, you could have any background you want, which is why we made it a green screen background. And then then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we sold it to Samsung, because their 360 camera is a ball, and if we could make a giant ball and you walked inside their camera, it'd be like walking inside their camera. You get it? So their camera on the outside, and their camera in the middle, right? So I sold them on that idea, and they loved it, and we made it. And then they said they were changing the design of the camera. We're like, oh shit, okay. So we made it a cube, and that's how it became a cube. But it was supposed to be a 24-foot giant sphere in the middle of Times Square, which would have been dope.
That would have kicked ass.
We would have been much more famous than we are now, but it's okay.
You will, but you're working on it. You guys are, I don't know, crushing it. Vaynerchuk.
Thank you,
there. You know, you're.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guys are hustling.
I spoke on stage with Gary Vaynerchuk in January. I was at a conference called Haste and Hustle, and it's interesting. And I hope you guys are okay if I share this story. But
sure,
is everybody okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
It's a great story.
Cool.
Okay, so September last year, long story short, I DJ'd for this really cool mastermind group, and because I had the emulator and I seek out really smart people like Gunter here. I seek out great people, and Dan and I are like literally magnets for awesome people. So you're all awesome, like a magnet. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with this. What story was I telling?
Hasty Hustle.
Oh,
how did you get there?
So Vaynerchuk. So I ended up DJing for this conference called the Archangel Summit. Archangel. Anyway, so it's Gary Vaynerchuk and I don't know, Phil McKernan.
Casey Neistat.
No, that was the first one. Anyway, it's a bunch of cool speaker people. And so I'm DJing on stage, and I get to go backstage and meet all these speakers. And so I got to meet Gary and Phil McKernan, and those guys, I told them about my story. I have a personal story, and I told them about my story, and they said, hey, when are you going to share your story with the world? And I was like, well, when I'm successful. He's like, well, what does that mean? You're not dead, so you're successful enough not to die. So keep going. Tell people your story, and tell them as you're going through the rebuilding, right? So because I lost everything due to a bad business decision, and I lost literally everything: my house, my everything, car. They repossessed my car. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, take it, piece of shit. Anyway, yeah, it was a really dark, awful time in my life, and it turned around because of VR. Because 4 years ago, I decided I wanted to be in VR. I didn't care what. And I owned this DJ company, and the DJ company was great. It was wonderful. I got to work with all the biggest artists in the world, but I brought on this wrong investor, and he burnt the fucking thing to the ground, at which, in retrospect, was literally the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because he forced me out of the DJ business and straight into VR, because I didn't even take a day off. I basically was fired as CEO of the company. I was like, fuck you. All right, I'm starting this company next. And we overnight went from DJ to VR. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do in this VR thing. I have no idea. I just wanted to be in it. I don't know if I'm going to do videos. And one of the things that always stuck in my head from that first time I saw VR was that concert. And I always thought, man, wouldn't it be super dope and awesome to film an electronic music concert? Like lasers and things, and you're standing on stage, then you're in the crowd, then you're like, oh man, just crazy, dope, amazingness. And so my first thing I ever filmed was the Groove Cruise, which is literally a giant floating festival of 3,000 people partying, raving for a weekend from Miami to Jamaica.
On a cruise ship?
On a boat.
Yes, on a boat, I'm on a boat.
When's that happening next?
Can I put like an audio clip in here? Like, I'm on a boat, mother. How can I put an audio clip?
Man.
No?
Cause.
No audio clips?
Can you cue that up? No, we don't have
chat
that.
version 2.
We like singing this stuff, right? It's cooler.
2.6.
Still dance.
Okay, so yeah, that's yeah. I don't even know where I was going with all that shit, but anyway, I spoke with
What's the next one? You're gonna
Gary
film another one?
Vaynerchuk.
'Cause I'm pretty close to my.
No, you were just talking about the Groove Cruise.
Yes, Groove Cruise. So ended up doing that, and I don't know, man. I was telling you about Gary Vaynerchuk, and I ended up with the Groove Cruise, but fuck it, it goes. So Gary Vaynerchuk, great guy. I got to speak with him on stage in January. Because I told my story on stage for the first time ever at this Hasten Hustles, a marketing conference. And I was supposed to be speaking about VR, but I used the first 5 minutes to tell my story and really just kind of put it out there. And it really resonated with a lot of the entrepreneurs. I don't know how many people are entrepreneurs here, but being an entrepreneur sucks a lot of the time, actually almost all the time. But when you have great partners, no, it really does. It's really a grind, man. You're literally working all the time, and you know your friends don't get it because they go to work and they come home and party, and you know you're working more.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're working like Dan was working, you know, and doing his day job, and then coming home and literally he'd get home and work till 10 o'clock at night, or he'd tuck his daughter in, and then, you know, basically go back, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. It was crazy, whatever it takes to make it happen. And so being an entrepreneur is tough. And, you know, one of the things that I want to do personally, and Dan also has something he wants to do in VR and AR specifically, but I want to create education platforms for people to be able to teach them in ways that they can never forget. Success principles in life. So things like, you know, mindfulness, deep breathing, yoga, meditation, gratitude, kindness. And then on the other hand, teach them also things like hard skills like marketing, sales, business planning, financial planning, investing. These are things you need in life, and we don't teach them in school either side. I don't know why. We should put them together and teach them, right? So that's what I want to build after I learn everything there is. And that's why, thanks, brother. And that's what I want to do. And it's going to be called the Unlimited Awesome Academy. So,
sweet.
Thanks, man.
I love
That's
that.
a great name.
Unlimited Awesome
So much
Academy.
love in this room right now.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thanks, guys.
You're around your people.
I love it. And Dan wants to put crazy shit too.
What's your crazy
This is
ideas?
a crazy idea, these concepts.
Yeah, well, you know, and I've got a story. It's a little bit different, but I've actually suffered from depression for most of my adult life, and
High five, me too.
And you know what? Like the thing is,
Me too.
The most, Hey, everybody.
Hey, we're all depressed. Why are we in VR? Duh, it makes sense now.
Well, the most important thing is to be able to talk about it, and actually, you know, when I worked at Bell Canada, you know, big corporation, you know, everybody hates their phone company, Comcast, but they do this amazing thing where their main charitable initiative is called Bell Let's Talk, and it's this they're giving millions, like $70 million over like 10 years to mental health charities, and on one day every year they do this campaign where you have to use hashtag Bell Let's Talk, and every time somebody uses the hashtag across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, they're donating money. So it becomes the #1 trending hashtag in the world. And, you know, it's not just metrics, it actually starts a conversation. So whatever you think of, you know, a corporation's motives when, you know, because obviously it's good for their marketing, but it had an effect on me, and it's had an effect on a lot of people in that I could start talking about it. And so I went through a bad time last year, like actually when we were kind of starting things up. And actually, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit before, because I have to tell about how I left Bell, which is a pretty awesome story. So,
yeah, it is.
So we were working for a couple of months on this. I was burning the candle at both ends. And, you know, I think my performance at work was still great. I wasn't dropping any balls. But people found out about it. And
He loves balls.
Just around the time, we actually were really lucky, and we managed to raise a seed investment from somebody who's like literally an angel investor, and they took a chance on us. And the very day We actually confirmed it when we were at SVVR in 2016.
Yeah, we did.
And then, a week, so that was like a lucky trip for us. And, we couldn't even afford the flights out there, and we still went because we believed in this vision. And came back a week and a half later, Alan sent me a text saying, hey, look at our bank account. We got some zeros in there. And then an hour later, my director took me into a room and said, hey, we're restructuring out of the role. Here's a 3-month package of your salary. So basically I danced out of the room and felt like the luckiest guy who ever got fired because I was given a message from the universe, like, you need to go do VR and you need to go, like, put everything you have into it. And so,
here's some zeros.
But then, I don't want to make it sound like it's like a ton of zeros, but it was a really good way for us to get our company started. And and we're grateful to that investor, who.
Yes, I mean, listen, it's really hard starting a company, but starting with, with a little bit of capital really helps. It's I mean, we didn't take a lot, but enough that we built something special, man. We hustled our asses off. Our goal is to build a brand in VR. Like, MetaVRse is going to be a brand name when you think of anything to do with business-related VR. We're writing a book on the VR and AR for business. We're doing a podcast, VR and AR for enterprise. We're doing some other crazy shit that's going to be, when we announce, people are going to go, what is wrong with these guys? Did they ever sleep? So it's going to be amazing. We
answer is no.
So many great clients. What do we ever? No, we really don't. I don't even know what time it is here.
You guys are working for all kinds of people.
How come we don't have a watch in VR? What the hell, man?
It's like
I think only one person has that. But
we've actually been here for 6 hours.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm so dry. I'm like, Jesus, I keep trying to find my water, but I'm gonna knock it over, I'm sure. There it is.
So you guys have worked on some other projects, like I saw one on Instagram that you did as a sandbox for.
Yeah, that was dope, and I haven't even posted all the cool shit about it. We built imagine there's a sandbox here, and Dan, you tell them about the sandbox.
Yeah, sure. So. We can say who the client is because it's public. Kubota Tractor. So, when you think about what could you do for a tractor company, naturally the first thing we thought of was create a tractor simulator. But and we still may do this.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but it's a very long story.
The first thing we pitched them is that. Oh my god! Come on, I got to tell it. We pitched them. Yeah. Look, guys, you can fucking drive your tractors in VR. How cool is that? And not only can you drive them, but you can fucking race them. And they're like, no, that's way too crazy. We don't want actually people to enjoy themselves driving our tractors. No. What we want is an AR sandbox. What? We want just a sandbox.
It's not exactly. So actually what this brand does, Kubota, they're a tractor company, and they've got this amazing trailer. It's this huge
crazy
trailer.
I meant to hit a smiley face, by the way. I meant to do that.
There you go.
That one. There we go. Sorry about that.
And they take it to all these outdoor farm shows and festivals and country fairs across Canada and the US. They cross the border. So look out for them this summer.
This tractor trailer sees 1 million people go through it every year. It's a giant, huge friggin' tractor trailer, monstrous thing with bump outs and everything. It's crazy. And it's bright orange.
It's family. So they want family entertainment because, it's not necessarily the kids who are deciding to buy a tractor, but, kids are part of a family. And, there's some really cool ways to just engage families by making family-friendly entertainment. So they've got all this cool stuff in the trailer. They've had photo booths in the past. We tried to sell them a 360 photo booth. There wasn't enough room in the trailer. But they love the idea of the AR sandbox. So we've got little tractors in there. We're using a Microsoft Kinect. Again, it's Alan who figured this all out, so I'm going to let you talk about the technicals.
Sure, yeah. So the sandbox, when we pitched them the idea of a sandbox, and they use this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Magic Sand stuff. The Magic Sand is I don't know. It's like sand you can mold and mess with, and it doesn't kind of leak everywhere. It's kind of stays clumpy. It's really wonderful stuff. And so they had these sandbox, and we project down on it a topographical map. So as you change the topography of the sand, the topography changes, and it's like red and green. And then if you dig a hole, it's water, and the water starts streaming down. If you put your hand like that, kind of over it and holding it, it rains underneath. So we built this really super dope friggin' yeah. And it's funny because it's not even on our website yet. We haven't had a chance to actually write this shit down. But yeah, it's so cool. And the kids play with these little tractors, and then there's this giant sandbox. It's all lit up. It's really beautiful, man. Really beautiful. And on the tractor trailer, the rest of the stuff, there's a wall you can wave at it, and it goes through the 4 seasons, and it's like a really beautiful picture of somebody on a Kubota tractor, and it's in the fall, and it's like, it's leaves, and you wave your hands and the leaves scatter and stuff like that. And then there's a winter one where you wave it and the ice goes away, and you get the idea. And then there's another one where it's a table and it's grass. It's grass on a field, and then you wave your hand over it, and a little lawnmower, like a tractor lawnmower, drives across and back and forth and cuts the grass as you wave your hand over it. It's really awesome. So it's like a fun, hey, let's just jam a truck full of the most amazing tech and truck it across the country, and yeah, everybody will love Kubota tractors. Anyway, it's fun. I love it. And then they called us, said after all this, hey, do you know anybody that makes simulators? I was like, what? 2 years ago? What? So anyway, we're going to be doing the simulators as well, which is exciting.
They want racing, or they still want to keep that out?
I hope
tractor
so. I want to tractor pulls, right? Yeah. I mean, 5 for that one. Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing something through my research about miners and training miners and being a part of that industry.
I'm actually not allowed to go near miners. I've been banned from schools. No, sorry. Wrong miners, wrong crowds.
If you didn't make that joke, I was going to make it. So,
as soon as he said it, I'm like, what? Let's just set that shit up.
I heard you're in the miners.
Not this kind of miners. The people that dig shit out of the earth.
Caves. No, not VR caves. Not VR caves. Caves where you get coal maybe out of minerals.
Yeah, coal. That's a good idea. Hey, can we all agree that coal's a shitty idea? Like, is anybody here that thinks it's a good idea?
The person?
No, not the person. Coal, like digging coal out of the ground to burn it for energy. It seems unreasonable to me.
Hey, anyway, it's a great business, and we're going to make America great again. Just kidding.
That was awesome.
That's our. Okay. So it took you a second to get that.
Make Canada great again. Wait for you to have that guy come.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for somebody to send me a negative or something.
Well, they should have an avatar in here.
There's somebody I know that. We'll talk about
the walls here.
We'll talk about this after. There's somebody I know here would love to debate this, I think.
All right.
But the mining situation was really cool, an idea.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not who I was thinking of. But
you know what, Mr. Pinky? We respect you, and we.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the fact he can have smoke above him. That's so dope. I'm not gonna lie. Can he smoke again? That's so cool. Yeah. Dude, that's amazing. That's the best.
I want Mr. Pinky on our side.
And now he's Star Trek.
Yeah. Amazing.
But yeah, no, the mining thing was cool because one thing that I liked was, of course, you can teach people right on how to operate tools. But one thing that struck me was maybe with the AR situation, that they could be looking at something and control, center halfway around the world, can see through their eyes and start drawing there, which then they'll see on their AR headset to say, hey, this is the thing, you need to click that and blah, 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 grab this and do that. I mean, just using like remote instructions, live instructions from a person overlaid with VR. Did I get that right? Did I hear that coming out of one of your videos?
So that, my friend, is a very good description of how people are starting to use this. Absolutely. So AR is a real thing, man. For solutions-wise, everything is going to go to AR. So we're building stuff in both. And so one of the things that I think, you nailed it right on is heads-up displays of instructions is very cool. And I think mining is definitely one. It's still a ways away. We're building on the HoloLens now, but what's going to happen is, why is that guy flying around?
I don't know.
Tourette's. He's on his belly flying around.
Giant, like,
hey, what's up, dude?
I'm just gonna walk around here and
what's up?
And, it's not like being a giant.
Hey, big boy. There he goes.
There you go. You're relegated to the outer circle.
I'm sorry. I was in the seated position, and I forgot that I wasn't actually sitting.
No, it happens to me all the time. You take your headset off, you walk around to go grab your drink, and you don't realize your avatar is just.
I just took my headset off so that I could text my wife to tell her that I'm still in VR, because I'm not actually in our living room. So I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and there isn't enough room, which is a big problem in VR. So, but yeah. I've got the key to the party room in my condo, and I just go down there and set up my Vive. So Alan was talking about how we have this Vive kit where we've just got everything we need, and I'd say that we probably have one of the fastest setup times of a Vive, from in the case to getting the lighthouse stations up on the poles. I would challenge anybody in the industry.
I think we got it down to 15 minutes. About 15 minutes up and running, right, and most of that time's booting the damn computer. For some reason, it takes forever. I'm going to get that fixed, by the way. I'm going to talk to the guy at Asus. We know the people at Asus now. Asus, if you're paying attention to this stuff, it shouldn't take 6 minutes to start my computer.
No, something's going wrong.
Yeah, no, that's the first thing.
Format reinstall.
Turn it on. I'm like, okay, I can set the whole thing up. I'm still waiting for the computer. Anyway,
so mining.
So about a year ago, I guess, a little over a year ago, my previous company, we did a job for a company called Atlas Copco. They make drills, like they drilled in poles, right? Big. They dig shit out of the ground. Poles, anyway. So we made this cool app. It was neat, and I got to, like metal. I don't know. They take the rock or something. They pull out the rock, and then they take the rock and they crush it, and they see how much gold's in it. And then, depending on how much gold is there, then they just wreck the whole land. And they dig it all out. And then they melt it all down. And it's really not good for the earth. But they do make really cool VR stuff, because now we get to work in the mining sector. And what that means is, fast forward a year, they invited us to come and speak at the PDAC conference, which is the Prospectors and Developers Conference. And it's the largest mining conference on the planet. And they said, hey, guys, come speak at the conference on the ways of using VR and AR. And so what we did was we said, all right, this is amazing. We'll find out what people are using it for, and we'll really kind of present it to everybody. And so I started doing research, VR for mining, and I looked at, AR for mining, and looked. Literally nothing. Zero. There's literally no companies doing anything in mining.
There were academic papers, PhD theses that were, hey, this is how VR and AR could be used, but really, nobody had done anything.
Yeah, there's lots of, this is what we could use it for, or maybe this. And so there really was nothing. And so I panicked a little bit, because how do you do an hour-long talk in front of the world's foremost mining brains? And how do you do that when there's no content? So I made it up, and Dan and I sat down, and we met a bunch of friends, and we said, hey, how do we, what are some of the problems and challenges? And they said, okay, one of the things is we need to be able to take investors to the mines. I was like, okay, well, how do we, they fly them out there. They literally put them on a plane. They fly them out to the mine site. They walk them around. Okay, this is where we're going to dig, and this is the
safety permits.
Factory, and safety permits. And so one of the major uses for the mining industry is being able to take these really high-resolution photogrammetry tours of mines. So imagine if we did a full photogrammetry of a mine, and in full stunning 8K friggin' viz, which is why we need 8K headsets, you can walk around a mine site and look around and really get a sense that you were there. And that's something that's really important to these guys, because they don't want to fly around the world. Who wants to fly to some, god-awful place that you took 16 hours by car to get there, and, to see a mine and then leave. So, if you bring the mine to them, it's a lot better. The other thing they wanted, which goes hand in hand, is really doing investor presentations. So being able to show people the mine, but show the people the mine with the stuff you want them to see. Like, here's the drill marks, and here's the, instead of just seeing a 2D plane of what you're around, you can now see it in 360, and you can really cut aside, a subsection of the earth and be like, and you could really kind of stylize it and make it really, really cool, man. I mean, I'm sure there's some great people in here that can make cool stuff.
Well, can't you use the topographical geological survey data and actually overlay it in the mine?
Yes, and so we're working with a company that
see like where the big deposits are and how close you're getting to them.
Exactly, right? So it allows them to visualize the mine sites a lot faster and easier, and make more accurate decisions about where to drill, because god damn it, drilling giant holes in the earth is a bad idea. So if we can use this technology to help them be more efficient and safer, and do it properly, that's all right in my book.
Doing the good deed.
Plus saving all the fuel of flying people out there and just making it safe.
There's all sorts of great ways.
There are people who
the last thing is training,
claustrophobia. Yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing is training, industrial safety and training. Dan can speak to that.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Just as I sneeze.
Operating this stuff.
Yeah, shit is dangerous. So, there's the safety training. So it's, what do you do when there's a gas leak? And, the thing about VR training is that people, they've done these psychological studies that people remember experiences that they've had in VR in the same part of their brain as if it was like something that actually happened to them.
Yeah.
So you train that response. You're not going to have 10 seconds to think, oh, what was that thing that I read in a textbook or in a booklet that I kind of skimmed over? You've actually lived this experience before for safety training. You're going to be able to train that reaction. You can gamify it with eye tracking that's coming into all the headsets now. You can really just tell, like, where are people looking during this time? So there's the safety aspect, but then there's also the technical equipment aspect. There are these huge pieces of machinery that cost $10 million for this drill, and how can you train a lot of people on it for as little as possible? Right now, you have to either take people to the actual machine where there might only be 5 in the world, and you want to train up a staff so that your company has a lot of people who are trained up. It's extremely expensive right now. They've had training simulators for a lot of heavy machinery for a long time, but those training simulators, they're like, those walls, those caves with with the screen, the screens all around you.
The
and then,
arcades,
you build up the console. Yeah, so those things, they're huge. They cost a lot of money. They're very, very custom. If you can build something for an HTC Vive and then create a custom console in front of you, the hardware is going to cost you like maybe 10-15 grand once you've figured out how to build that custom control. But then you can scale it out, and you build the actual simulation in probably Unreal. I don't think Unity is quite there yet. And then you can scale that out to training centers around the world, and for the same cost of training one person, you're training 100 people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So industries like the mining industry, they're looking at the bottom line: is how can we save money? How can we make our profits more? And so that's how you talk to. That's how you talk to a lot of industries. Everybody wants to make more money and have less costs. That's just what business is. So VR can do that. AR can do
VR
that
and AR
in a lot of ways.
Both like ultimate tools, right? They're just tools beyond we don't even know what we can do with them yet, but we know we can do those things, and how big of an impact that already is. Can't imagine what we're going to be doing with these tools in 10 years.
Totally.
Yeah, it's amazing, man, where we're at right now.
So
it really is.
I'd like to hear some music.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it'd be a little bit. It's a short video. How to scratch DJ using the touchscreen with emulator.
Oh no!
This is you. You made this?
Oh yes. Oh shit.
Awesome. I want to show you how to scratch using a touchscreen. As far as I know, I'm the only person in the world that can do this, but I'm going to teach you how to do it, and then I want you guys to do it much better than me. So come on around here, and I'll show you how to scratch using a touchscreen. And so what I've got here pick a track, play some music here. Great thing is you just pick a sample. So what I did was I grabbed a beginning vocal sample of this and I looped it. So you've got a couple different features here. One of the new things that we've put in here is a halo pad. So you've got a halo pad, so you can set it up however you want. The other thing we put in there is a scratch platter. So on the main page, you've got a scratch platter as well. So I've put it on both here. Really not that good when you're on your main beat. But what I've got here is I've got my scratch platters, and I'm going to show you the scratch. So dry wet to 100. I'm using the gator effect. Turn on the gator effect, and then I'm just going to vary the gator effect based on what I want it to do. So here we go.
I don't see you people dancing.
I'm too enthralled in actually what I'm looking at. It looks pretty unresponsive.
She's got it. Yeah.
There you go.
I got wrong hands. There we go.
You gotta bring this into VR.
Dance with her, she's cool.
So we can do that right here.
Yeah, man, why not?
So do you have this working on the HoloLens yet? You know, just like with a piece of glass?
No, you wouldn't need glass. Just reach out. You could use the ultrasonic thing.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, Alan. You've done it before.
So there you go. How to scratch on a touchscreen. Now, here's the kicker. Let's try it on the big screen. You ready? Just kidding. It's not a touchscreen yet. We're working on it. Anyway,
I was like,
thank you very much for listening. I'm Alan, and that's how to scratch on a touchscreen. Emulator Elite is coming to you in less than a month. I can't wait.
Hey, wow, that's badass.
So funny.
Did you take that to like NAMM and
I've actually never
stuff?
seen that video.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. We went to NAMM every year. Oh wow.
With Hyundai, the Hyundai.
Oh, there's our thing, our sandbox. Cool. Oh, you went deep, man. You found the shit.
I'm the CEO of Smithson Martin. We make a product called the Emulator. It's a touchscreen interface
That comes
for
to mind
this is dope. I forgot about this. Turn it up a bit.
I was approached by Hyundai
I can't turn it up anymore. You have to turn it up locally.
collaborate on a really unique project. It's the Veloster 2.0 Turbo, and they wanted to put the emulator in the back of this car. So you've got a 32-inch touchscreen that's on hydraulic lifts coming out of the back of the car, so you can DJ anywhere you want. And I found the guy who invented the software. I said, well, what if we made a business together? And they were in the back of a Hyundai. I mean, what more can you ask for? So let me take you for a tour of this amazing vehicle. An amazing Rockford Fosgate sound system, surround sound. It's got 3 10-inch subwoofers in it, Rockford Fosgate amps. You've got speakers in the door. It has 2 iPads in the back seats. I reach in here, press a little magic button, and the emulator appears. You can custom make this for anything you want. Everything you can do with any program, you've got it right here. You're literally DJing out of the back of the Hyundai. All the effects laid out here. You've got your low band pass, your mid, your highs. You've got loops, so if you wanted to loop a track. Not only can you DJ on it, but you can use this in your studio. You can set up your effects, you can set up your VSTs, your plugins, anything you want. Every speaker in this car has custom LEDs put in it. It's absolutely incredible. I can play anywhere. I just pull up, I hit the little magic button down here, and I can DJ right away. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I'm gonna take my Hyundai Veloster, and I'm gonna go see you at Patch. I'll see you guys on the dance floor. Cheers.
Cool. Oh, I forgot about that, man. I totally forgot about that. That's badass.
So
I've actually seen that video on. That's so funny.
Man. Yeah.
So what inspired you to do all that? Like get into the DJ and
the video? They paid me.
Well, that one, yeah.
They paid me. So what inspired that? Wow, in 2010, I saw a video of a guy playing on a touchscreen, and at the time I didn't realize it had like, I don't know, 8,000 views or something. And my buddy's like, hey, check this out. I saw it. I was like, that's dope. I said, hey man, I put it on my Facebook wall. I said, like, I'm going to buy this when it becomes stable. I think I said, I'm going to buy this when it becomes stable. And then I phoned like Guitar Center, and I phoned Long and McQuaid, and I phoned all the music stores. Nobody even knew what the fuck I was talking about. And so I started digging into where this thing came from, and nobody knew, man. I couldn't track down, and I finally found the guy who made the software, because I looked in the beginning video, and I was like, okay, that guy made the software. Found this guy in Argentina, and I said, hey, man, you make the software for the touchscreen. I want to make the hardware, and let's make this into a thing. And so we did, and we never met each other. In 6 years we worked together. We had never met each other.
That's incredible.
It was fun. Yeah. We used to have fights by email.
Is anybody here from Argentina? Is anybody here from Argentina? Do you know if there's any VR stuff going on there? Because we could go to a VR conference in Argentina.
I haven't met anybody here from Argentina.
Yeah,
doesn't mean they're not here.
I haven't met anyone.
I think forget some South American country, but I forget. It was actually like a year ago, but it was pretty interesting.
Hola, if you're out there.
Mexico, of course, was we have some people from Mexico. It's pretty cool.
There's no walls in VR.
Oh, yeah, there's no walls.
Look, Chris Miranda, he's from like...
You can have huge walls if you want to, but...
It's true, but you can walk through them.
You can.
Chris Miranda's from Central America.
That's right.
Right.
When they were in VR chat, they were actually there at the moment with VR. It's kind of who I was meeting in VR chat.
Hey, Gunter, I'm really sorry. I have to go in 5 minutes, so just wanted to let you know.
No problem. We're pretty much, closing it in. It's been a good talk. Let me see.
It's so much fun.
Yeah,
what's this thing for? It's about to go by. Is this your guys' thing, this arcade thing, or is that just something else? Oh, now we have a picture.
Oh, it was us.
No, it was somewhere when I typed your guys' name.
Hey, it's a good-looking dude right there.
Yeah, have you met him before?
I know that guy. Yeah, that was cool. That was a Tron. I don't even know who that dude is.
That looks like Limp Bizkit.
It's Limp Bizkit. So I saw Limp Bizkit in '99, and exactly like that. They had a big giant toilet bowl that he came up out of. And so your equipment was used by Mushroom Head and Limp Bizkit, is what I was reading.
Infected Mushroom.
Yeah, Infected Mushroom. And
what about back in the day with? Yeah, it was.
It was Lincoln Park. Right? Lincoln Park, yeah. Lincoln Park.
Infected Mushroom. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man.
Final things you can, I don't know, enlightenment, or what should we be looking at in the VR AR field?
I want to see that video.
Pay attention to.
I want to watch this video.
This is not a video. Actually, it's just a screenshot.
That's too bad. Can you show videos?
I didn't realize it had the video. I didn't realize
that video
it got that in there.
is on our social media. You probably have to dig a little bit into Facebook and Instagram, but it should be on there. And so every time we go to one of these conferences, we collect all of our best videos, pull them together, and one of us, usually Alan, makes an awesome video just as a recap.
Yeah, we write a little article. So
hey, Bojangles.
Hey, Bojangles, what's going on? Hey,
Bojangles. Does that take photos?
It does, but you can't because it's mine.
Damn.
So sometimes you can't please everybody.
Bojangles.
All right, guys, where should people follow you? I know you guys have a pretty cool blog. I think you did recap some of these conferences there at MetaVRse.com.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit businessy. That's what I read about because it's what I do. But yeah, the blog is MetaVRse, MetaVRse.com. You can sign up and subscribe to our monthly newsletter, and we send out cool stuff. And you just kind of follow us. We do cool shit, so we put it out there. And if you guys have any ideas of how to use VR to save the world, let me know. And let's make some cool shit.
Exactly.
Somebody crawling on the ground again.
We should be
Bojangles. What are you doing, Bojangles?
Oh, Bojangles.
I turned off standing.
You rascal.
And Twitter accounts. You guys use Twitter?
It's
on Twitter.
At MetaVRse for everything.
On everything.
MetaVRse.
We're tech people. We know how to find you if we need you, I guess.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. What are you doing?
You leave Bojangles alone.
All right, give us 1 second, guys, on the floor, so we can wrap this up and
this has been amazing.
Do what they got to do. Bob, you got
to hear from
any announcements on your end?
Shout out to Matt, who's watching on the stream. We'll probably be doing another podcast in like a week or two. Yeah, he's also in Toronto. One of the other guys. I do a podcast called the Left-Handed VR Podcast. You can follow us at LHVR Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and yeah, we should do another. We'll probably do another in like a week or two.
Hold on one sec. Who did you say is in Toronto?
One of the guys on our podcast, Matt, aka Holotape. He's in Toronto.
Tell him to hit me up, man. We're gonna go.
Yeah,
we're gonna go and meet with him at House of VR, which is a new VR lounge that opened this week in Toronto, and it's got 13 Vive centers, 6 of which are mixed reality studios. And in the front, they've got these little egg pods, like kind of like the ones that were up on the screens. And you sit in them, and you can do Gear VRs. And then they got like a little trippy lounge that has interactive art in it, and all the art on the wall is augmented reality. So you download an app, and all the art moves.
It's awesome.
So,
it's basically the place that we fantasized about opening, like when that was originally our business model, and like we walked into, it's like, Alan, like this is exactly what we had in mind. So they're killing it. Yeah.
What's that called again?
Check it out.
Yeah, where exactly?
It's at Queen of Bathurst, which is Queen of Bathurst is
right downtown.
Downtown Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you guys maybe tell me why it says distance between lenses 70.1? Why is that?
You're on the Vive.